There we go. Turned on.
That's interesting. Why did that pause for so long?
Because it was probably operator error.
Oh, okay.
It was probably operator error while I was trying to get everything else set up.
So what's that gizmo that Jim just set over in front of the screen?
That's
that a
the
camera?
HMI software. That's the what Leroy was talking about, the Raspberry Pi
Yeah.
with a monitor, and it's got, hey, let us share our screens. Oh, fearless leader.
Oh, yeah.
Disabled participants. I'm disabled, but not normally in that way.
Okay. Should work. Should work.
Well, your camera is what's up there. I don't know how you make it full screen.
Okay. I want to make it full screen. Okay.
Spotlight for everyone. There we go. Now you're sharing. You're sharing your screen.
I am.
Yes. Apparently you are.
Stay muted. Unmute. Okay, I'm muted. That's important. Okay, well, let me stop the share. Oh, now I see the screen.
Yeah, that's because I can highlight somebody for everybody because I have super special privileges now because of something. I don't know. I'm just talking out my butt.
So that's ham pie, and it's got a bunch of stuff. Antenna analyzer, calculator, DRATs, logging Morse code, weak signal, G-predict, you can predict your
Where the satellites are.
propagation.
G-predict is for satellites.
Oh, okay. Ham fax.
That's to send a fax.
QSS TV, I assume that's slow scan TV.
So are these magnets?
Mm-hmm.
Is it going this way? Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you know if it's on or off? Does it have a light?
It probably shut itself off. If you hit a button, it should do something. It should do something. If it doesn't, there's a switch on the side.
I'm just looking.
What's that red gizmo on the left?
Red gizmo.
It's orange. It's a microphone.
Is that a USB plugged into a USB slot?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Interesting. I assume it has a camera on it someplace.
No,
It does not?
it does not.
There's even more stuff. Each one of those has
Subcategories. Okay.
Subcategories, yeah.
it's not a bad feel.
For something that's kind of a cheap, small keyboard, it doesn't do so bad. I mean, and if you took it out in the field, at field day or something,
It's
just the
good
right
enough.
size. Yeah.
Yeah. And it has a caps lock light, which that puts it 6 steps above my keyboard.
Do you know the real downfall to that keyboard? There's no function keys.
Right there.
No.
Yeah,
F
that's
keys,
the T, yeah.
F1 through 12 or whatever it is.
Yeah, and I am surprised at how much I use those. Midnight Commander is the best application
Yeah.
ever made.
Yeah, I mean, especially for some of the cam stuff that's
Mhm.
on that, you have to have function keys, and so that keyboard is kind of useless.
Does function in their little add-in stuff? Okay.
No, that was one of when I first got this, and I went to the Kano forums to find out, that was one of the big complaints, was there were no function keys. And they had a reason for not doing it, but I don't remember what the reason was, and it revolved around their own personal software. You know?
Yeah,
They weren't expecting people to stick something else on these. Like, of course we're going to stick something else on these.
what's the resolution on that screen?
Don't know. It's a 1080p screen.
Cool.
But I don't really know. I don't remember what I got set at. I remember I had to, the image, the hand pie image was set for some other weird resolution that doesn't support, and I had to get in there to jiggle it to get it to work.
I've got the link to ham pie, some ham pie demoing in the news section. Introduction to Raspberry Pi for ham radio. That tells you how to set up a lot of the stuff. And then there's a link to ham pie, a ham pie YouTube thing. A lot of ham radio, I didn't realize. I got on ham radio. I thought it'd be a Windows app, and there is a Windows app, but a lot of the guys are Pi, Raspberry Pi.
Why wouldn't you be?
You don't need a whole lot of power to do any of this stuff.
Doesn't have Inkscape.
But everybody's got a Windows PC.
Speak for yourself.
Or ADID.
Are you in Ohio, Art, or did you?
Yep.
Okay. Well, you know, you could.
Yep,
come-
I was, as of a week ago, when you were holding the meeting, I was just kind of on final approach into CVG. Actually, I guess we were already landed at that point, but
Yeah.
by the time we got to the house, it was way too late to connect up.
You were ready to go to bed.
Well, yeah, but any rate, so yeah, we flew in a week ago today.
Field day is January 25th. That's winter field day.
Field day is January 25th?
Winter field day.
Oh, winter field day, okay. Is this going to be strictly virtual or is it going to be in person?
No clothing required.
No clothing, you mean from the waist down?
Yeah, that's it. That's what I meant, yeah. Yeah, it's a good contest. They have these contests for the QRP guys that are really good. For the QRP guys, they just want readability, strength, tone, and your name, and that's it. Boom, call sign. Yeah, that Park Service thing seemed to be pretty popular. We've heard those a couple of times.
So is there an announcement about the field day in the news, Jim?
It was on one of the videos I saw today.
Oh, but it's not it's not on Wix yet.
No. I might put
Okay.
it up there. We do have a ham link up there to the remote ham stuff, and I've been putting a lot of some of this junk on it. There've been some cute antenna deals up there.
Well, I see the link to Introduction to Raspberry Pi for Ham Radio,
Yeah,
but I don't see any other.
on Wix.
Yeah. Well, there's an expansion of that link down below. It's USDR, SDR, transceiver, all mode, 8-band, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's the one. That's one of the ones. Let's see. The remote operation of a transceiver is the one that we've been picking on a little bit. There it is.
So the microphone that we talked about last week, that speaker mic thing for the
Oh, yeah.
for that SDR,
Mhm.
it is actually a speaker mic.
Not that big around.
I plugged it into the Bofang and I could barely hear it. And I had the Bofang turned up as high as I could.
Does it get pretty hot?
You could just barely hear it. I don't know. I don't know if it's a bad speaker mic or if it was, if it's just made to be really cheap.
Yeah.
It's a
Well,
really cheap speaker mic. It is. I don't know. It's about yay big. I mean, couple inches big,
if that,
if that.
yeah, I'd say 3/4 of an inch thick and 1.5 by 1.5 inches.
Yeah, it's not very big, and
So is it piezoelectric or how's it work?
Oh, piezo, could be.
it could be. I don't know. The few people that I've seen some videos on that have actually put videos on these about these SDRs now. They're saying it's a real tinny sound, which I would agree if I could hear it. And
You're supposed to clip it on your ear.
they're saying that the mic isn't even all that great. I mean, it works. It does what it's supposed to do, but it's not good.
Yeah.
So it's
What's the
It's not
input
what-
impedance?
I don't know. It's probably 8 ohms. But that was the it's kind of like I said, that was a $2 mic that they threw in the box because it was probably 20 cents for them to make it. So
Yeah, the ham band remote transceiver operations, that includes a lot of the junk we've been looking at. Leroy's been putting stuff in there, and there's stuff on the USSD radio, USDR radio, whatever it is, micro SDR. Connections to the micro SDR. Oh, and he's found a blog on it. What do you call it? A forum on it. Looks like there's a lot of activity.
I get new messages every day. So there's too many people talking about this thing.
So where's this link? I'm looking for it.
It's on Wix somewhere. It should be.
Yeah,
up
I'm looking at Wix and I was trying to find the link.
It should say remote something. Remote operation of
It's up near the top.
remote handbound remote transceiver operations. It was October 24th.
I see October 14th.
Handband remote transceiver operations. And it's actually a bunch of other stuff. We got a transceiver we want to try because it was cheap.
CSR.
I got Leroy came over and I brought him back from his insanity, which I'm maybe regretting now. But he was going insane. Or going may have been an exaggeration there.
I have gone insane.
But now he's back. He's feeling much better now. We found out absolutely, definitely, if you're gonna do ham radio, you need an outside antenna. Outside, definitely, for sure.
I posted in this list. That's cat control. Somewhere in here, I
Yes, sir.
posted some videos of it actually working.
Yeah.
There's the list of the videos. We tried to watch them last week, but
Oh, it's
didn't
under
get to
forums.
you.
Okay. I was looking in the wrong place.
You were looking in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
It's all right. You're allowed to look at the wrong spot. But there's a whole forum group of them and a whole GitHub repository of the software for it. It's all in there. It's all listed in there. And then Jim went a little crazy too. Put some stuff in there. But I took it over to Jim's house yesterday and we hooked it up to a telephone wire that was strung up outside. And it was amazing how much stuff that thing would hear. We heard the lower portion of 40 was just covered with CW everywhere. It was just everywhere. So
Yeah, we listened to a W1 talking to a W4 and a W7 and VE. You heard of VE7 on there?
I think there was a VE some
Yeah.
station in there.
Yeah, they were doing little contest type stuff.
So VE is what, Australia?
Connect Canada.
Pretty sure
Oh,
it
it's
was
Canada.
Yeah.
What's Australia?
Is it that VK?
Yeah.
Oh, VK. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have to look. It's one of those.
I thought it was V something.
One of them is Canada and one of them is Australia. But I thought VE was Canada and VK was Australia. I don't know. I would have to look. Hello.
Hey, Vicente.
Hello. My Sundays here.
You like some?
He'll share. He'll share with
Ah.
I can almost smell them from here.
Oh, Windows in the Raspberry Pi.
That's wireless supposedly.
That is definitely a nice little keyboard.
Yeah,
Mostly.
like I said, the biggest drawback is it doesn't have the function keys on it.
I think nice would be a euphemism for that.
It did go to sleep.
Oh, nice.
It went to sleep.
Well, it's got a mouse on it. Touch. Oh,
Yeah,
Kind
it's
of like the left and right click on the other side.
Who bring it?
Yeah.
It's a gift for.
a gift.
It's just one?
A gift.
yeah, it's every member gets one
Yeah,
on the way out the
all
door.
right.
That was the start years ago. That was the start to my adventure of a portable station. And I just never did much else beyond
I
that.
think they're doing something similar now with the CM400. Looks about to be the same screen. Yeah, but it's only this thick.
Well, they've got those tablets now, the
Mhm.
Raspberry Pi based tablets. And that's an old version of the software that Jim found. I mean, I don't know what really would change, but that's probably a Buster running instead of the,
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I haven't looked. But I don't know what difference it really makes as long as it works
Yeah.
and it's not connected to the internet, so
Well, you could fix that.
I can fix that.
Nice, the integrated.
Oh, this doesn't have a Wi-Fi connection on it?
It does.
It does. But for the
This is the backup battery?
battery,
Wow.
for the portable part of it and hooking it up to your radio, you don't really need an internet connection.
This is a
Mhm.
thing or,
No, that was a Cano kit.
wow, how much is this? 200?
It was more than that, but I bought that when, you remember when Toys R Us went out of business?
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure I bought that one at Toys R Us for like $70.
He's been hiding it from you for that long.
He
I'm
knows that.
pretty sure I showed people this thing.
Yeah, well,
Nice, nice, nice.
you still got it. I don't know.
You said you had several. Do you have any left?
So I said two. That's not several.
That sounds.
And I think I've got two of the.
Well, that's clever.
I know I've got two of the ones that don't have the touchscreen. But I think I've got two of them that have the touchscreen. The ones that didn't have the touchscreen didn't come with a Raspberry Pi. It was just the screen,
No,
which
in the same price, probably.
it was insane. And this one came with a Raspberry Pi. So, and I think it came with a Raspberry Pi 3, and I stuck a 3B plus in it
Mhm.
because I think I wanted the little extra.
This is the screen controller?
Yep.
I initially thought the magnets in the back were speakers. How do they have those hooked up?
Nah,
It's not speaker, right?
there's a speaker and there's the microphone over on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah,
Neither the microphone or the speaker work very well, but
really nice.
for their target audience, I don't think, I don't think their target audience would really know.
So the speaker is unamplified and plugged right into the headphone jack. Ooh, yeah, that's going to be quiet.
It's okay. It's not the greatest in the world. I mean, it's plugged into one of the USB ports, so it's got a little amplifier in it.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All the blue wires.
Follow the blue wire.
Huh.
I'll show you in the back
gotta be a little LM386 or something.
Yeah, Oh, did you
see it?
it's like one of those, you know, the Dell,
This is the
Sound
speaker,
bars?
the
No.
speaker. With the speaker, the audio of the speaker and the power of the speaker. USB power.
USB power.
Oh, yeah, I know the ones you mean.
They were case speakers.
Mhm.
And they got a little, they plugged in to power and they plugged in and had a little amplifier in them, and they actually sounded decent. I imagine that's probably the same sort of deal, only it's getting its power from the USB jack instead of the motherboard.
Actually, a project that I'm working on with case and has a set of the little Dell,
Touch screen.
has a set of the little Dell USB speakers in it. I want to make a radio for my mother that has a Pi in it and gets a list of the stations off of Shoutcast.
Yeah. Those speakers, I used to harvest those things out of those Dells all the time. So they're not bad speakers.
I have 100 pairs of them if you need speakers. They're not the ones out of the cases. These are desk speakers with a USB plug and an audio plug. They don't have a mic.
These are the ones I've got. They're in a little case about like that, about the same size as that blue thing, and they clipped in the front of the cases.
Mhm.
They have 4 wires. There was a ground.
They started out on the
Yep,
S.
they had 3 wires. There was a ground, a positive, and a
Signal.
signal wire.
They started out around the SX 280s or so and kept them through the GX series.
I think most of them I pulled them out of were probably in the GX series. Yeah.
Yeah, the ones with big steel sides. The best thing for those, if you've got to move a car on ice, just put one of those sides under each wheel.
You know, I never thought about that.
They're little skis, they work.
Yeah.
Those things that work, use them for stools.
Yeah.
Okay, we have an echo.
Where did we get an echo from?
Hi.
Mike came and then we got an echo. That's weird.
They have a emergency radio kit, Leroy. It was a Pi. It was a little radio just like ours, and a little battery pack just like that one over there. And it ran the Pi. They said the Pi ran. It was a 4. He said it ran about 600 milliamp. And then his little 5-watt transmitter, and it had a little battery pack like that. And he had a GPS USB thing, because you need that for timing. This host has spotlighted your video. Would you like to unmute your no? I got enough trouble, thank you. He made, this is mischievous. And then they would blame me.
I spotlighted you.
What's the white connector?
That's the dongle for the keyboard. Beep.
Yeah, that was
Bluetooth
the front
on,
camera.
just wait.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it doesn't say. I think it's 5 2.4 gigahertz.
It's amusing to me that it isn't an orange dongle.
Yeah, I know. Because CanoKit was all about the orange.
And they obviously,
Or the keyboard white.
yeah, they obviously had that keyboard custom made, or at least injection molded in that color.
Well, it's got the Cano logo on it. It says Cano, blah, blah, blah.
When they release this thing?
In
In a while,
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah,
I think when they were selling them,
They
at-
still have it, maybe with the Raspberry Pi 4.
I don't know, we can find out. You want to know my location? Why do you want to know my location?
I really wish there was a by default answer no to location questions.
It looks like they've got a updated.
Not updated keyboard. But updated version.
It does look like, man, that's thin. That looks like it's a more of a tablet.
And it's
Style.
sold out.
$300.
But it is obviously the evolution of this thing.
Yeah. Somebody else came and
Oh, that's Mike. He's a laminator.
Was in there as Mike Lau before. Ah, yes, there he is.
there he is.
I was using my Linux and VirtualBox and it's not letting me recognize the camera. Jeez. So I'm back into Windows now.
Oh, so you
Yes,
disappeared and came
go
back.
safe.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell you anything about this thing.
And you can't scroll down. Huh.
Now, what happened to the days when you could go by a Micro Center and pick up a PC, Linux PC for $40? You could.
I don't remember 40, but
Well, they had them there, little tablets. Boom, $40. And so of course, it wasn't a name brand.
yeah,
The
They were-
the Android tablets.
Yeah.
And those things were slow and.
yeah, I got it.
Yeah, me too.
But
Because it was
it's
$40.
speeding up now. Yeah.
No, it's the same hardware. They've just put a newer version of Android on it, so they're a little slower.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Hello, this is a test using the keyboard.
Oh, no wonder I could click on it. It was my screen. Oh, okay. Tricked me bad.
So it looks like the battery pack in there is probably 3 cells.
Yeah, I'm not, I haven't had this thing plugged in for a while, so I'm not real sure that the battery pack is actually good. Guess we can
I
find
think
out.
all are OEM parts.
Oh, it's still on. It's still on.
What?
I lost the 18650 today. I'm trying, just won't come back.
It says it's fully charged.
Okay.
So
So you're okay.
that little
Got warm?
very. That's the power supply that came with it
It's
too.
a thermonuclear transformer.
2.5 amps.
You said 2.5 or 3.5?
2.5.
Okay.
5.25 volts.
I do like the ones that fold up like that. They're handy.
That's a little toasty though. I don't know about. So that makes it, very portable, and the fact that it's charged the way it's charged, you could hook that up to a solar charger or something. It would be really slow, but you could do it.
Depends on the size of the panel. I was just getting ready to order a 60-watt panel. I can do okay.
If you're out in the like,
Maybe you
Park.
need 8 hours of charging to use 1 hour.
yeah. If you're out there in the park though for an hour and it would last an hour.
Yeah.
What happened?
To what?
My screen just went blank. Oh, never mind. It was my screensaver. There's an anachronism for you. Why do we have screensavers with LCD screens?
That's true.
Actually, I've had one of them burn in, so. I started
Really?
using a screensaver, yep.
Back in the CRT days, I had a few of them that developed a permanent image, but I've never had an LCD do that.
I've got a decent Dell LCD on a security camera setup, and it always displays 16 images, and the areas between the images are permanently burned in now.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, I've had a couple of them, especially the older LCD monitors. There's definitely a ghost image on a couple of them. So I started using a screensaver.
Takes a lot longer than the CRT.
Yep. Back in the days of the old orange screen or orange and black screens, I had a few of them that had a permanent text image across them.
Yes, the old amber monitors.
Yeah,
Yep.
amber, orange, yeah, amber, I guess.
I think it's off.
Still a red light on, which means it's
Not totally dead. Has some life.
Is that battery just a case with cylindrical batteries inside it, or is it
It's a power bank. Right.
it's probably 18650s in there.
2 or 3.
2 or 3.
I
of
take
them.
it you haven't had it apart?
No, it's a sealed battery pack.
I think that they just.
Oh, okay.
I use
So it's not just snapped together.
No,
stuff.
no, it's an actual sealed battery pack. It's like one of those.
So generic Chinese.
Yeah,
They say, okay, I need 10,000 in red. Oh, no problem.
with
Yeah.
the Cano logo.
Yeah, yeah.
We can find out.
Yeah, we don't want to find out.
We've got this utility device.
Utility. See that all? That's supposed to be a handle, but
Ah,
I can't see a kid. See,
no, not for a little kid.
I can't see a kid being able to do that. Even an adult might have a hard time. But that new thing that they had for $300, that looked pretty cool.
Maybe there are tablets cheaper and better.
Maybe they're using a Raspberry 4 now instead of.
The keyboard is still blinking.
It'll stop blinking. It'll stop blinking when it realizes that it can't connect to anything. It'll go to sleep.
Very cool.
The other day, I got this out and I was like, okay, maybe I should charge the keyboard and whatever. It's been who knows how long. And I'm sitting there going, why won't you turn on? Why won't you turn on? I forgot there's a power button on the side of it. It had been asleep for so long, it went into deep sleep. So you had to hit the power button to turn it on. See, if it's in this kind of sleep, any key will wake it up. But it had been not used for so long that it went into deep sleep.
Yeah. Or maybe it ran the battery down enough that
It was, that could be true too, but I don't know. It did act like it wanted to take a charge, and I was like, oh crap. So
It's curious to me that they cover up all of the IO pins just to hook up a power switch. As an educational thing, I would have thought they would put a little breadboard at least on it. Of
Well,
course, they don't really want you to play with it too much.
so the
To make the red square.
there was another company that makes something similar, only a much smaller screen,
Mhm.
different setup, and they did want you to play with the GPIO. So
Yeah.
This is 9 inches, 10.
supposed to be 10. I've never measured it. I think it's supposed to be a 10-inch screen. I thought it was the right size. I mean, that's a decent sized
Mhm.
screen,
Yeah.
but I'm almost positive I brought those in. They're in a wood box. You build the wood box. You have all the things. It's got a breadboard and the thing. Micro Center had those, and they had clearance them out for $9.99, and I
Really?
grabbed all of them that they had.
Dude, you gotta call me when you come across something like that. How many did they have?
For
Yeah. That was with the screen?
it was like a little 7-inch, and it's not a touch screen. It's just a screen. It didn't come with a keyboard or anything.
Yeah.
It came with a mouse, which I thought was okay, weird. You're going to give me a mouse but not a keyboard, but okay, whatever. But it had a slightly different goal because they wanted people to use the GPIO.
Okay, yeah.
So they gave you a bunch of resistors and LEDs and, generic stuff to hook up and play with. Where this one, they want to like teach Python and programming and that kind of stuff. So
It was
slightly different goal.
was working in Python today. Sadly, I can do better in BASIC than I can in Python. I do not understand why they push Python as first language. It's weird.
There are a lot of demand for it, really.
Yeah, I
What I
know.
like about Python, you have libraries for anything, whatever. And I need to do something, and it's always something that just import and use it.
So I'm using, crap, what is it? The equivalent of message box. I can't think what it's called now. And so it pops up, asks for a login name and a password. And it hides the password with dots. Easy peasy. It's been working for a year and a half now. I decided it would be awfully cool if it would pre-fill the username, because we've always got the same person sitting at each machine. It took me 4 hours to figure out how to
Change the name.
read a file, push that to the message box, and if it's changed, save it back to the same file. So if Amy is sitting here today, tomorrow it shows up as Amy, and if Beth sits down, change it to be Beth. Oh. Everything else is shell script and that just works.
I'm still not a big fan of Python, even though I've sat down and tried to play with it. But most of that vision software is all Python.
For me, it's not natural. Each time I need to do something, I spend a couple of days adapting again to the Python style.
Yeah, going back and forth is what's painful. I am so comfortable and used to Bash that
Thinking
Yeah.
Bash.
Bash.
You thinking Bash.
And my boss made me use the Python because he didn't want people to have to type in a terminal.
Winter Field Day, January 29th and 30th by the Winter Field Day Association. Winterfieldday.com. I'll put a link in the news.
So for mom's toy, I want a screen at least 8 inches. The 7-inch screen is okay, but amazingly fragile. I found that out twice already. Anyway, something between 8 and 10 inches.
I can't think of
Okay.
anything. I would, I would give you one of those other kits I've got, but it's all wood. It's real wonky. It's
Well,
it's wonky. But it's a 7-inch screen.
Yeah. I'm gonna make the case. I've got.
There are for $40 you can buy in Amazon 9-inch
Oh, yeah.
VGA thing.
Yeah, I just was wondering if there was anything anybody had used, and this one's nice. I have some spalted sycamore that I'm making the case out of. It's absolutely beautiful. I'll bring it in before I give it to him.
Do you want a touch screen or?
Yes.
Well, I would almost say that screen, but
Yeah, that's nice. That's got a good resolution. And
yeah,
do you know what it is?
no. It is a screen. No, I don't. It is that's the controller board. Controller board's not going to help. No, I really don't. I really don't know what screen they actually used.
They have $150 Cano PC Education Edition on eBay.
You can actually find the Cano kits if you really look on eBay. You can find them.
Yeah, I'm finding that one for 100.
Yeah, you can find them cheap enough. You gotta watch it though, because Cano's been around since the very beginning of Raspberry Pi. So some of these kits are Raspberry Pi 2s. Some of them are the original Raspberry Pis. But if you just want the screen, I mean,
Yeah,
I have some keys from them. With the box, power supply. It's everything.
yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to spend up to 120, 150 maybe.
Well, if you look hard enough, you probably could find that kit for about $50 from
Yeah.
somebody that bought it for their kid outgrew it, and they don't know what to do with it now.
It's better to use the Raspberry 400 with the keyboard integrated. And still no monitor.
Yeah. Oh no, I thought about that.
I'm seeing quite a few of them actually from 47 up, but they don't say whether it's the touch screen or not.
No.
If it's yellow, if it's got a yellow bezel, it is not the touchscreen.
Okay,
If it's an orange bezel, it's the touchscreen.
So they had two different models?
They do. They have at least two different models. Those are the two that I know of, that if it's a yellow bezel, it is not a touchscreen.
Well. Oh, okay, cool, thank you. Because this one looks the same, but it doesn't have it looks clear to me.
Orange.
Yeah, that one's hard to tell, isn't it?
Black or
Huh, that one's hard to tell. The yellow bezel is bigger. I mean, you'll see it almost instantly that it's got a bigger. Now, this part here
thicker.
Yeah.
is more yellow. It's
Okay.
thicker, yeah.
Means that the screen maybe is more cheaper.
Probably. I don't know. It's, I know I grabbed
Yeah,
a couple of those.
That's my issue with the official 7-inch screen. It's got that much paint around it.
This looks nice.
I grabbed a couple of the ones, the non-touch screen models. The non-touch screen models also don't come with a Raspberry Pi.
So this is the yellow bezel, I'm assuming. That one's a parts.
Yes, that would be the yellow.
Okay.
But if this is used and it's got, he's probably including the Raspberry Pi with it too, so. But that's the yellow bezel. So that's the one that you don't really want if you want a touch screen. But as far as I can tell, the two screens are pretty darn close. They've just added a touch controller to this one screen, so. As far as resolution and everything goes, it's pretty darn close.
I just put a ham radio contest list of everything. It's by WA7BNM in the news section of the meeting announcements.
So you've changed that?
I just added it to the news and the meeting announcement. In the meeting announcement, you've got a news section. I just put a WA7BNM contest link.
So what do we have to do? Refresh that? Let's see.
Just, you can go directly to it live. There's an option to go to look at the meeting announcement. You can just click on meeting announcement somewhere. Let's see if it's in there. You guys used to me lying a lot, so I get it right.
I don't see it, Jim.
Okay, club calendar, meeting announcement under club quick links. Under that topic, you'll see club calendar, meetup.com, and meeting announcement current. So I wasn't dreaming, it's sure. That's right under the virtual meeting info.
Okay. Is it the club calendar meetup.com?
No, it's a meeting announcements. That's the meeting announcement. That's where the news, I put new news every week in there if I think about it. Now it's got a few ham radio quirks at the top. Under today's date, maybe.
Okay.
It's the building.
And it's got, you can sort, it's a nice website, let me tell you.
I have.
You can select
Yeah,
QRP and it's listed them by date.
It's
Okay, this is for
interesting already.
October.
I have the same one.
Here's November.
Yeah.
Okay,
I use it in the
and you
basement.
go there by date. The date is on the far right.
pretty
got
well?
3
Huh?
Does
today.
it work for you pretty well?
You have to move your antenna all the time.
Yeah.
It's pretty well done. And look at the QRP context test out the wazoo.
It's the building. I'm usually hearing something by now at that house, even if it's not real well. Set this thing in scan mode.
260 meters contest CW. Like January 30th. North American QSO party, January 23rd.
Cool.
I'll try it with that one. Might be better.
I don't know. Weird little shortwave receiver. But at least.
So
FM
this is
actually-
another eBay special or what?
This thing was $16. And yeah, I got it on eBay. But the really, really, really cool thing about this, it's just AM, FM, and shortwave. But the really cool thing about this is if I hit, which button? This button? It's an MP3 recorder. So it'll record the stations that you're listening to.
What's that called? I'm looking for one, something like that.
It's a recordif.
Could you send it in, could you send it to the chat here and all?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
But that's the cool part is it's got a little built-in recorder to SD card, MP3s.
So what'll it take? Like a 32 gig or what?
I think that's the 32 gig that I've got stuck in there.
What is chat etiquette?
Chat etiquette.
Yeah, there's this thing there at the top of the chat says chat etiquette has been enabled. I don't know what that means.
Maybe somebody said something naughty.
Are you thinking dirty thoughts?
I don't know.
I'm asking Art since he's the one that sees.
No, I was just curious as to what it was.
I don't see that on my end.
I don't see it on mine either.
What did you type, Art?
What did you do, Art?
Oh, no. I know nothing.
What happens if you tap on the 3-button menu?
Walmart's got it for $17.
Yeah, I paid 16 and some change, so $17. Yeah. Yeah, I bought mine on eBay though, you know, eBay.
So you saved $1, but it took 2 months to get there?
No, actually, I think this came from the States. I think I bought it from the States. I've had it for a little while though.
QRP fox hunts. That was yesterday. They have another one on the 19th.
What happened to Mike?
$14.99, free shipping. Where's that from?
ARRL sweepstakes contest.
From California. So you could get it a little cheaper, but then it jumps up immediately. So if you find it for 17, that's probably a good deal.
What's a DSP chip?
Digital signal processor.
A lot of TI stuff.
Oh, I fibbed. This is only an 8 gig SD card. There it is. It's the same one. I knew you had, you've got almost all my toys. Or maybe I have all your toys.
March 2019. More than 2 years ago.
144 megahertz meteor scatter spread contest. Meteor scatter.
I had to shave mine off a little bit so that we fit in there, right? It still doesn't fit. It still doesn't fit in there real well. That is supposed to be.
I think I still have it.
That is supposed to be a little stand for it.
With the software radios, it looked like those would go away, seriously. So now that transceiver we got is about the same as my single sideband shortwave receiver.
I was very impressed with hooking that up to an outdoor antenna. I can't believe that you didn't say something about me not posting the video this last week, Art.
I was going to ask you about that. What happened?
Life got in the way. Too many things happened.
So I assume that basically that you're going to post it later on.
I am off. Patty is off work today and tomorrow, and I am going to do a whole lot of stuff that did not get done this weekend. So it should get done tomorrow latest. I really want to go home and get both videos posted tonight, but I doubt that happens.
Are you coming to Ohio soon?
It's here.
He's here.
I'm here.
So,
He
okay.
needs to come and visit us.
This is my office here in Milford.
Okay.
I'm staying pretty isolated right now. I'm not, I cannot afford to risk exposing myself.
Oh, you've been exposing yourself again?
To various microorganisms. No, actually not. Not really.
I've committed to building a 40-meter dipole in the next 2 weeks. In case we go out, take the radio out in the field. And we got
A
to come up with
40-meter dipole.
Yeah. About 65 feet total length.
You're gonna put this on a tower?
I got trees, man.
Oh, you got trees,
I got
but they don't
trees.
rotate very well.
Yeah. My antenna that Leroy was talking about is a phone cord extension cable 4-wire and I had a dead tree leaning out over the backyard. I tied it up, I threw it over with a board and then stuck it through the window. There you go.
There's your antenna.
There's my long wire antenna.
I got a pile of the little inline insulators if you want any.
Ceramic.
There.
I just bought
No,
6 of them. Hey, see what you got. I got the little white ones about that long.
Uh-huh.
Oh, is
it's
that
like
what you
4 rings on them or something.
Use a,
Yeah.
use a
got?
copper.
And it has a
in
hole
each.
in each end.
And I've got the eggs where you do the loops through each other.
I got plastic those. Big plastic. Now,
Yeah.
electric, these are electric.
These are plastic or ceramic?
I've ordered some ceramic, but I've got some plastic one they use for electric fence. I've got electric fence wire, which turns out it's like 18 gauge. It's not too shabby.
Yeah. Mine are ceramic. Up until recently, I lived about 3 blocks from Depco.
Yeah, Depco's been around forever.
Yep.
You bet you've been to Depco, anyone there in Norwood or on Edward, isn't on Edwards Drive or Road?
Yeah, Edwards.
We need to make a Galena radio. You know, just the coil and the wire, the dial, and the ear,
Yeah.
well,
600 ohm earphone.
Mhm.
Finding the high impedance earphone is the
Yeah.
hard part now.
Yeah, the crystal earphones, they used to use the crystal earphones. On those, yeah.
But you can still find the crystal kits, though.
I have an original 1917 crystal mystery radio somewhere. There's an S in that word.
And he was probably talking about the pre-crystal ones where you mixed up and you had the,
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
I've got a cat's whisker,
oh, okay.
it's a radio.
and it's a cat's whisker is much higher or much lower impedance than a diode. Diode drops 0.6 volts. A cat whisker can go down to hundredths of a volt.
Get a germanium diode, man. That's 0.2 drop.
Yeah.
So
Where-
cat twister to what, Galena?
Yeah. Okay, the crystal radio earrings is hilarious.
Yeah, where is the antenna?
It's the ear, man, the ear.
Yeah, that little hook is the antenna.
It's a joke. The connector use half of the secret. Now,
Yeah, your
That-
wife would love that as a Christmas gift, Art.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yep, and it comes with the right earphone too. Look at the last picture.
wow, look at the price.
Might get a set of
oh,
boxing,
there is an earphone.
might get a set of boxing gloves to go with it, you know.
Your body is the antenna or what?
So does this actually work?
Yeah,
That looks like a crystal earphone, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
What?
It,
and if
it's
you
a
want
radio.
somebody to solder it together for you, let them know.
Well, that. Patty's always wanted me to buy her something.
Yeah, if you come in with a big lump on your head next week, we'll know what you got for Christmas, yeah.
I assume we're skipping next week.
Yes, we are.
Yes, next week we are off.
We're off every week, but we just won't meet.
Well, okay.
Some more
See-
than others.
Is there AM stations around?
WLW.
Biggest biggest
So
AM
we
station.
we can try something in the parking lot.
When I worked at Kings Island, my job was to make sure the cameras were okay and and speakers and stuff. And one morning, bright and early, I had to go up the chicken walk on the side of the beast to work on a camera. And I'm up there and I hear voices. The wires along the chicken walk were singing, and it freaked me out. I sat down and grabbed hold of a post and wondered what was going on. And then I heard a commercial I recognized. Oh,
Some electromagnetic
yeah.
resonance.
Mhm.
The wires were just
Yeah.
resonating at the right spot.
And yeah, and the entire length of the wire was vibrating, and it was weird. You couldn't place where the sound was coming from. So yeah, I knew I had finally tossed my crackers and
You lost your
go.
mind.
Yep. I didn't want to jump from there. That'd be ugly. So.
Yesterday, Jim proved that I am not entirely crazy. Just a little crazy. I'm not entirely crazy, but I'm just crazy enough.
I remember to play with amplifiers, and you are touching something, and at some moment you hear
Yeah.
modulation. What? Touching just you become an antenna.
I don't remember what I was doing, but something like that happened to me too. Just weird noises. And
Yeah.
Wow.
then you hear a call sign or something, you go, oh, okay.
Mine was indistinct enough. I knew it was voices, couldn't get any words or anything. And I mean, I knew what all of the sound systems at the park sounded like, and it definitely wasn't coming from a speaker below me. I'm 85 feet up in the air and just, I absolutely loved that job. They paid me to ride the vortex. I mean, how can you not like that job?
They paid you to ride the vortex.
Yep. Every day. I rode that. I had to have ridden the vortex
To check
1,000 times. Make sure the camera was tracking. We did the background sound. When they first opened up the
cameras are for safety or to take picture of the people.
both, but yeah, there are cameras on the loop to take pictures to sell, but there's cameras on all of the hills to watch people going up. When they do, the Paramount bought the park and they renamed everything after their movies. And the next coaster they put up, we were doing the sound work on it, and they had been running sandbags through it, and they pulled off all the sandbags and said, "Okay, who wants to ride?" I was the first person to Top Gun. First person, first seat. I wonder if we'll really do it again. And it did. I don't know if that thing still runs or not. I haven't been up there in 10 years.
Lab.
Is Top Gun the inside one?
No, that's Flight of Fear.
Yeah.
Top Gun was the one where used to be the animal thing.
Yeah. The zoo.
Yeah.
The safari.
Yeah, Lion Country Safari. They pulled out Lion Country Safari and they put Top Gun way back in there. You got to it going back behind the log flume, the log flume to the left of the entrance.
Yeah. There's something else over there now, isn't there?
Used to be Timberwolf Auditorium. And that was still there. A setup for the Beach Boys. Yeah.
bat.
Goodbye,
bat.
Bat. We loved you.
The bat was Top Gun.
No,
That's what Wiki says. Previously known as Top Gun, 1993 to 2007, in flight deck from 2008 to 2013.
90s.
wait, no. The bat was where the vortex was.
I can only read what Wiki
Yeah,
said. I can only do that. I can only read what it says. Uh-oh. I can't minimize. That makes sense. Okay.
Huh.
I don't know. I don't know if I remember Top Gun. I don't
Maybe
remember.
that wasn't what it was called, but I sure thought it was. But it wasn't where the bat was. They closed the bat before they opened Top Gun. When they tore down the bat, they built the vortex.
Somebody's got their facts.
Maybe it's me, I don't know, but
The Bat Kings Island opened in 1981. See, I don't
really?
really remember the bat.
And they're saying it was the bat in 2014. I was working there in 2000.
Yeah, the bat's been gone for a long time.
Yeah, 2000, they tore the bat
Oh,
down. The original bat they tore down in like 94 or 5.
Well, that may be what they did. They tore the original down and built Top Gun. I don't remember Top Gun.
I remember the movie, but I don't remember the ride.
Yeah, I don't remember the ride. I don't remember the ride Top Gun at all. Was that wasn't the one that you laid down on, was it?
No, that's Flight of Fear, I think. No, it isn't. Or maybe it is.
Well, Flight of Fear.
I've never been on Flight of Fear.
Flight of Fear is inside and it's dark.
Right.
And I think you do lay down because I remember going, oh my God, this is so scary. But they had one that it was an outdoor coaster, and I'm pretty sure you were prone on it or almost prone on it. But I don't remember what that was called.
Pull up the map of Kings Island.
Like a spell. It's probably not the map you want. Yeah, I'm going to share with everybody because everybody needs to see stuff.
Yeah, okay. So I worked there in like 94, 95, 96.
That's map still shows the animal kingdom. That's the old map.
So that would be about 91 or so.
Figure. I want to figure. No. I don't want to log into nothing.
Well, the one you were looking at from Dayton Daily News was a gallery, maps over time.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, down. No. Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. It's one of 18. So that's probably when they first opened. Lion Country Safari is still there.
That's a good map.
Yeah, there we go.
There's the beast.
And
the
that-
the monorail's still there, or the
The train, yeah. They built the bat between the beast and the log flume there.
Yeah,
And then they tore that down and built the vortex.
train's still there. There's something right there, back there.
Yeah, so it looks like they've still got the Lion Country Safari at that point. Maybe they don't have a date on those. And now they've got a roller coaster backed by Lion Country Safari.
Yeah. See, I remember Lion Country Safari.
Yeah, I went back there once. I was back there about 10:30 at night, all by myself. I'm like, what's behind this window? And I'm sitting there like this, and a pair of eyes opened up right in front of me. It was a leopard.
Patty remembers them having like a monorail, not a
Oh yeah, that was a
monorail.
long time ago.
She remembers that, and I don't remember that at all.
That was in the 72, 73, 74.
See, me and my wife are the same age. We were both born in 70. I don't know how she remembers this.
Really?
Yes. I have
So
no
they-
idea how she remembers.
Closed that down in the mid-70s, but they had one at Americana until Americana closed down.
See, that's the one that I think she's remembering, but she's remembering the one in Americana and thinking it's the one at Kings Island.
The one at Kings Island had an emergency engine on it. It was a Volkswagen engine. That thing was scary.
There's the beast again.
And this is, so they've got Tomb Raider and they've got a second roller coaster.
Yeah,
Lion Country Safari is gone there.
yeah. We're getting more modern.
And Son of Beast. They only had Son of Beast up for 1 year.
Yeah,
So this is later. This is gonna be about 2009 or so.
yeah. There's Tomb Raider and Nickelodeon
Yeah.
and yeah. We're getting into the modern part. Is it time to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting there.
It's getting there. We're
POTA is,
Oh, wait,
we have
wait.
to get a
Oh.
number for POTA. McMurdo Sound is a
Okay.
park.
What have they got over there?
see if we can make this up. That might be a little easier.
Okay, they're calling it the Bat behind Drop Tower. So this is pretty recent.
So maybe the bat came back. Maybe they got,
Yeah.
maybe there was the bat and then it went through a couple of iterations and then the bat came back.
I'm going to assume these are in chronological
Order, yeah.
order. Can you
Well,
go
they would
back-
almost have to be because there's Soak City.
Yeah,
There's,
can you go backwards in time now?
I don't know.
Yeah, because this has Dinosaurs Alive. That's relatively recent. Oh, that's 18 of 18. That's current.
How far back?
Okay, stop. Can you make that one big? Yeah, that's Son of Beast still.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll see if I can. find it.
All right. I think we're shutting down. We can't hear you now because
Somebody unplug the speakers.
somebody unplugged the TV. We'll see everybody next week.
They didn't want to look at you anyway.
Good night, folks.